Alright, cool. What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Red Divided. Myself, Tommy.
Got Addy here.
You got myself, Ham. No AKA this week. I got Chris on, so I got a lot of smoke. So no AKA.
All right, cool. Ham's obviously ruined it. We've got a friend of the show, not a special guest. Chris has been on a few times before. Spurs fan. Do you want to introduce yourself, Chris, or should we just leave it as that?
No. Thanks for having me, guys. Good to be back.
You ruined it already with that top, man.
Yeah, I know. I've got to represent, mate. I'm glad we're doing it this week and not next week, obviously, depending on how the game goes in the week.
You have to back yourself. You're at home. You have to back yourself.
Yeah, it's a shame. I don't think it's going to matter too much now.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. To be honest,
there's only one place to start. There's only I don't know why Tom's umming and ahhing and scratching and I don't know what he's doing, bro. Get to it, bro. Get to it.
Okay, the only one place. Let's start at Anfield yesterday. I'm messing around. Obviously, Ade's team continued to embarrass us. Yeah, look, every week this team obviously just reaches like a new low. At this stage, I'm speechless because Ade dropped in the message, but you dropped in our group yesterday saying that you're going on annual leave. I wish I could go on annual leave.
I had no intention of showing up today. I'm not. Like, I didn't come to this life to answer silly questions about a silly team. So I didn't plan on showing up, but yeah.
No.
It's in my contract, so.
For a change, really, we normally just talk about the game, but I think it's quite clear what happened in the game. So Chris and Ham, do you guys want to touch on the game?
Nil-nil.
Do you guys want to touch on it? Because normally me and Ade will go through it, but it's clear what happened, but I don't want to go through it.
Could have been more as well, so.
No, could have definitely could have been more than totally battered us up. Today, what match was that? Yeah, I was watching the Arsenal match, and there's Alex Smith that was commentating an Arsenal match. And obviously Arsenal were dominating the first half, he said. And his specific words is just similar to Manchester United yesterday against Brighton. Brighton was totally dominated. That is the same thing. So it's just to show how bad it is.
No one respects us anymore.
Yeah, no, it's atrocious, and yeah, I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say.
I thought it was bad when we lost 1-0 to them.
And I think that's what makes it worse. So sorry, go on, Chris. Go on.
Arsenal lost as well, didn't they? So we've all lost to them in the last 6 weeks or so, I think. But obviously, you guys, with increasing severity.
We made it a spectacle. We made it a proper spectacle.
Was it after the fourth goal? Was it third goal that Ronaldo was just laughing? He got to the point, it's comical. He was just thinking, what the hell have I got myself into? Yeah, it's just bad. And I know we talk a lot about the not expecting much from the manager. But it's poor from him too, to be honest with you. He has to take some sort of responsibility as well. It don't matter how bad the players has been. There's still decent players there. You just shouldn't. If you feel like you're not getting the response you want, I've said this a few weeks back. I'd rather just play the under 23s. If you're not getting the response you want from the squad, the top squad, in terms of the Rashford, whatever their names are, then I'll just play the youngsters because at least they're gonna show some fight. And Hannibal obviously demonstrated that when he came off for the last 5-10 minutes against Liverpool.
Yeah, Animal's got discipline problems though. Just generally, he's got discipline problems.
Yeah, and then it's just I just wouldn't play them. And obviously, the manager's got to understand that his neck is on the line week in, week out. Once he keeps sending this play out, you're not even trying to change it. You're not trying to adjust it. You're not trying to I'll just put the young players in. And what solidify how bad we are. Like, I know everyone said that a lot of praise has gone towards what's his name, Elanga, but Elanga's not really that good. He's received a lot of praise this season, but for him to be like, for the fact that he's keeping his position, he's played so much game this season.
It just shows that how we are, like how we're down to the bare bones, like that. Like obviously he's done all right, but he's not like a Emil Smith Rowe, a Saka type of thing. He's not like he's
just a bad. So like my only take on the game is obviously I didn't expect us like to lose 4-0, but the man didn't need to start taking some responsibility. Don't come out and apologize about the players' performance. You have the choice to not play these players. You have the choice to play the youngsters. Like you like the worst thing about it is it's not as if he's brought youngsters on the bench for the last 3-4 weeks now. I've seen all those boys on the bench, and you're giving them 1 minute towards the end and so forth. Like you could do much better. You're obviously training them during the week. Like you are allowing this performance. You're allowing these performances because if someone's displayed a best performance and you're starting the following week, what does that show you as a manager? Like what does that show? Like it means you're allowing it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just want the season to be over. What's up? We only have one more game, so thank God.
Yeah. So, that's the joyful thing about it. Get this game done. The season needs to be done.
Yeah. Did Lingard play in that game?
No,
Club legend.
There was a bit of drama after the last home game because he didn't play in the home game and his brother went online.
Yeah.
He might get 30 seconds in the last game of the season, and I think that's about it.
What did you think about what his brother said?
You know what? When I saw it, I was like, you know what? It's true. He should have gotten some level of like a farewell. Well, like obviously they're saying that he said he didn't make himself available for the Chelsea game or another game, which I don't know how deep that is, but for everything he's done for the club, he definitely just deserved to be on that pitch, get clapped on, all of that stuff. Yeah, even if it was 1 second, he deserved it. You're bringing on people that who did they bring on? Cavani, Mata.
Yeah, Cavani, Mata. All those players are leaving too.
Yeah, Lingard definitely deserved it more.
When would he have played him like that? Because Ralph come out and said that Lingard asked to be excused from the matchday squad.
Was it? I thought it was a different match. I didn't think it was that match. I thought it was a different match he asked to be excused from.
Okay, I thought it was a Chelsea match.
Yeah, so it was a Chelsea match, right?
I was the assumption that he asked to be removed from the matchday squad for the Chelsea game.
Yeah, so that's the Chelsea match, but the Brentford match would have been his goodbye match, last home game. Yeah. So I thought they should have even allowed him, even if he asked to be excused for the Chelsea game, they should have allowed him that 1 minute for the Brentford match just to say goodbye to the fans.
Fuck that, Man United got bigger problems than worrying about whether Lingard's gonna get
send off.
But it's a nice touch in it. It's outside of football, it's a nice touch.
Fuck the nice touch, bro. You ain't got time for that, bro. You got bigger issues to that, bro.
This year, like no, those are my thoughts. It's like
our issues aren't going to be fixed though. Our issues are not going to be fixed.
I do agree with what Addy's saying, but bro, we don't have time for this. The team, like,
ain't got time for that, bro.
The fans are frustrated enough. Do you understand what I mean? Like, what makes you think they're gonna last? You're gonna get a good response. The fans are like pretty much frustrated every week. Look what they were doing Pogba, and then the fans pretty much know that you from obviously what's reported that you didn't want to be involved in a few games during the course of the season. We know you tried to get out in January. We know you tried to get out in at the beginning of the season. You was trying to get out.
You blame him though, bro.
Huh? No, I don't blame him. I'm not saying I'm not saying
done anything wrong.
I'm just saying, why would the fans? What makes you think he's going to get a good response? No one really cares. And I do blame him for not leaving, because one of the reasons why I believe he's here to do for this long is whenever we did want to strike a deal for him, he's never wanted to leave because of the money he was going to get. Until this season, when we actually had clubs that were approaching us to give him the money he wants. And I think that's when obviously we let him down by not letting him go. But obviously the last couple of seasons, there's a lot of players that refuse to leave because they wanted United to pay off their wages. So if you truly want to play football, you would have been gone by now. hey, I'm not. Lingard is the least of my problem. The club is a mess, man. I don't care whether he gets sent off, he doesn't get it. And I don't I'm not really sure whether he cares or not. Like, obviously, I understand it's your boyhood club. You grew up, you came from like the academy. What? Bro, just move on, man. It's as simple as that. Just move. Like, we're in a bad.
His brother's his agent, isn't it?
Yeah, like I thought he was actually trying to get Raiola as his agent at one point, but I didn't know his brother actually ended up taking it. But yeah, you just gotta move on. Like, I don't care about him. I'm not sure how many fans would care much about what his brother's got to say. Like, the club is in a bad state. I support Manchester United. I don't support Lingard. I want the club to win. And if Lingard ain't done nothing for us over the years, I care less whether they give you a send off or not. Get the hell out.
Yeah, he's done nothing over the years.
Big up the FA Cup final.
Personally, for me, it's done nothing for me over the years. Other United fans can.
Yeah, everyone has their opinion.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You guys want to touch anything on the game before?
Chris, I'll let you do the honors, mate.
I was going to say, what about Pogba maybe going City? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'll let Ade touch on that. I won't be surprised if he goes City because I think he's got it in him. That's just Pogba for you. So I won't be surprised.
Yeah, I'm a big Pogba fan. I like him, but if he does that, I don't think I'll be able to even hear his name. Like, yeah, I've always liked Pogba. As much as I don't feel his time at United has been a success, all of that stuff, I still just like him. But if he goes to City, that's everything's done out the window.
There's pure disrespect in it if you do.
Yeah, everything's done. I can't.
No, but Chris, he's been getting disrespected as well.
Yeah,
so
true.
he might want to dish it back in it.
Maybe Lingard's going there too. Like,
yeah, to be honest, they can do whatever they want, right? Because at the end of the day, we support United. He looks after himself, so he can do whatever he wants.
100%. Yeah, it's like, obviously, as Ade said, he's just gonna be disappointed. Like, I'm not a big fan of Pogba as a footballer, anyway, as it is. Like, I'm not a big fan of him. But if he goes to City, he's only gonna make it worse. But they could do absolutely what he wants because United have to take responsibility for that. They can't control the narrative because they're letting them go for free. So we can't control that. We've done that before with Tevez. So as a footballer, knowing that you haven't done your best, would you now think to go to the next door neighbor? Like,
I'll do it.
So, but yeah, look,
as long as it ain't Manchester, I'll do it. If I play for Spurs, I'll go to Arsenal. If I play for Arsenal, I'll go to Spurs. I ain't a fan.
So
let me make my money. Don't care.
I think as well, it counts against him the fact that he was in the youth team and he basically loves it. He's sort of got a lot of friends and family around Manchester now, hasn't he? So for him, I guess staying up there actually makes a bit of sense if he can.
Yeah, I guess so. That was good for him.
I'm surprised Pep would even take him, really. Like, he isn't really his kind of player, I don't think. I know he's got the talent and that, but he's misplaced passes and that sort of thing. Like this.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he would fit in. So you dropping for him?
Yeah.
Those are my initial thoughts too as well, but it was because Fabrizio actually reported it. I thought, you know what, there's probably, I'm not sure whether it's gonna happen, but there is some element of truth to it because Fabrizio reported, and usually Fabrizio don't report anything that he doesn't have some sort of details with anyway. So, but he's reported twice this week now on his Instagram. So there must be something there. Yes, yeah.
We'll find out in a few weeks.
I wouldn't read much into it though. I'd look at it as, if it's Man City, you're gonna have a list of names, innit? You're gonna have a list of midfielders that you're gonna want because you're gonna let Fernandinho go, innit? And you probably want another midfielder, irrespective of Fernandinho going. So you're just gonna look around football and see who's available at different price points, innit? So Pogba, he's next door, he's free. Then you look at other midfielders. I know they're linked with this guy from Sporting Lisbon. So it's probably another name, innit? Just a name that they're linked with and they've probably spoken about. But I'm 99.9% sure. Well, in my opinion, I don't think they go for him anyway. I don't think he goes to City. I just think it's a name and it's a free. And if he does go there, then for Man City, it's a free. What they go do is pay his wages, right?
Yeah.
And Pep's not gonna play him every game anyway. So it doesn't matter about who's getting dropped because they rotate anyway. Everyone gets rotated over there. And I think if he went there, he'd be fine. He's playing with top class players on the same level as he's a top class player. He's just not consistently good, but he's a top class player in terms of his ability. So if he goes there, those misplaced passes that Chris said, they don't get misplaced because he's passing to better players who make better runs and make better decisions. So he'll be fine if he goes there. But in my opinion, I don't think he does anyway.
Yeah, he'd have an easier ride in that team, wouldn't he?
I don't know. I think Pep, I don't know if it'd be an easier ride. I don't. Pep don't look like he gives his players any type of easy ride. But I hear what you mean in terms of that. It won't be as stressful as it's been.
The media won't be after him
No.
because Pep just drops you, right? If you're not informed, Pep just drops you. Like you sort of just go quiet within the team, but you probably won't get the attack that the media will give you for going over, like going to a team for 80 million. You've gone for free. You can just be in the background.
Facts.
Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. Let's move on to something we start with.
Can I just add that I'm so upset here that the game didn't end 6-0 because I listened to my brethren's house and it was 4-0 and I said, I'm going to leave yours. I'm going to go to another United fan's house as I'm making my 1 hour journey from my brethren's house to Tom's house. By the time I got to Tom's house, I was hoping it was 6-0 because that's what I said. And my boy, when I got there, it was just like, no, but bro, it could have been 6 or 7 though. It literally could have been 6 or 7.
It could have been.
So big up Brighton because I was talking about it at football today, and I was saying Brighton's the type of team that they pop in it. They can pop. They can play football in it. Pick and pass. They can really do their thing. And if you catch them on a day when they're all in sync, especially as a team as lackluster, as dire as United, and you see United on the floor right now, and Brighton can play football, they just can't finish, which is their biggest problem. They just can't convert chances. But it looks like everything was clicking for them yesterday. The passings, the movement, everything. And then Kukureya scoring from left wing back. You know it's a good day, bro.
That finish was
finish was dirty. Finish was dirty, bro. So I think for Brighton, they couldn't have played a better side to play against because United will allow you. I mean, United let Norwich have chances on them. So of course Brighton's gonna have chances. Brighton, you know what I'm saying? So Graham Potter's team talk wasn't hard. He'd be like, boys, they're gonna give us chances. All we gotta do today is convert and we'll get 3 or 4. They're gonna give us like 8, 9 chances anyway. It's United. And they're away from home. We'll batter them if we play properly. And yeah, I'm just upset that it wasn't 6 now. But we move, man. Who's your last game? Palace away?
Is it Burnley?
Palace away, isn't it? Yeah.
Palace.
Palace
Yeah.
Palace,
Right.
yeah, it's Palace away.
Yeah, right.
That should be another 4 or 5 still. That should be another 4 or 5.
Cool.
Yeah. The man.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
We say you don't think Palace will put 4 past you?
Their finishing is not great.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But what about Brighton's finishing? I think Brighton's finishing they're great. They put 4 past you.
It's true, but they're not as good. They're not as good.
Nah. Wait, are you telling yourself this? Or are you believing this?
I'm trying to explain it to myself. But I don't think they'll score 4. I don't think they'll score 4. As long as Ayu's playing, it will stop at 2.
We'll see. Right. So what's that? You lot ain't got a game for 2 weeks?
We've got peace.
Ade, you say that, but they got 3 against Arsenal, didn't they, Palace? So we know they can do it on a good night.
Oh shit!
Wait! Don't forget they got 3 against you. What are you talking about? Don't try to forget that. They beat you. They beat you at Selhurst Park.
And it's end of the season. You know, there's some high scores at the end of the season as well.
That's what I'm saying, Ade. I don't know, man. You want to put a little wager on it? 4-0 Palace, last game of the season.
No.
All right, cool. Let's just move on to the Spurs and Liverpool match. So I was watching that with Pam actually. What was your thoughts on the game, though, Chris? Let's just get your thoughts first.
I mean, if it wasn't for where we are in the season and the fact that we've got to play Arsenal later in the week and it's down to literal like 1 point, 2 points can make a big difference. That's a good result going away to Liverpool and getting a draw there. But it kind of wasn't good enough really. There was chances at the end of the game we could have scored. Like I said, the header that should have gone to Kane. I mean, it was annoying as well. Even the Liverpool goal was like a deflection. And from the guy Diaz, who we kind of made an agreement to sign in January, so it was always going to be him. I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like Liverpool and Spurs fans will both be kind of disappointed with how the game went, even though it was, not the worst result. It's I don't know. Like I think as well we can't like Klopp was saying afterwards, Spurs football was not not great. That's the best anyone can really hope to play against Liverpool at the minute. Unless you're City, you can't really go toe to toe with them. So you've got to sit back and try and get them on the counter. I think we did the job well enough, but yeah, not enough in the end.
Yeah. Just to touch on Klopp's comment, what you guys thought? Have you heard his comment, or what did you guys thought?
I heard it. I agree with him. I agree with him totally.
Well, you said,
but it's I agree on both parts. Chris is a Tottenham fan, so he might not like it, and he might say that's how we're gonna play. Then I agree with Chris, because if that's what he thinks how his side should play, then that's fantastic. But I also agree with Klopp in terms of me being a neutral when I watch Tottenham. I want to see good football, innit? If I'm watching two teams go out, I want to see a team. I don't want to see a team that's just going to sit back and play on the counter. So I agree. I totally agree with Klopp with what you said.
What are you saying, Ade?
Yeah, I think he says that because they didn't get all 3 points. Like, he might still said it, but I think the possibility of him saying it is less.
He said it before, though. He said it before.
Yeah, no. He says it, but pretty much everyone plays like that against Liverpool. It's what you need to do realistically. Like, you're not stupid. Like, you go there with a game plan and you do what you need to do. At the end of the day, it's going to upset him. But my job as a manager, if he comes and he gets spanked 8-0, we'll be cussing him. Do what you need to do. Mourinho always did what he needed to do. I didn't enjoy it or I didn't like it, but it was pragmatic.
Yeah.
Pragmatic. Like, you're not going to come and insult me for doing something. You're not going to force me to play in a certain way and then insult me when it doesn't work. I'm going to do what I need to do. So, yeah, Klopp should bugger off.
Yeah,
I feel like, I was going to say, like, I just think that Klopp, he's talking generally about his philosophy. You know, that's not the way his teams ever play football, is it? So he doesn't like that kind of football. But like you said, it's partly because he didn't get the result. And his frustration is that we don't go out there and try and go toe to toe and end up letting them score 3 or 4 goals, which is what would probably happen.
And it could be 8. It's Liverpool.
But let me ask Chris, do you like that type of football though?
No, in an ideal world, I would like to have Klopp as our manager and play that kind of football. But like, you know, I'm not going to knock Conte for what he does because he's got the results and that. And, you know, last time I was on here, we had Nuno. And I think it was actually the day after the Man United game when Nuno got sacked. I spoke to you guys last.
Yeah.
And
so, yeah.
You know, like, really, like I said, I can't knock Conte, like what he's come in and done. He's made us a much better side. And it's not the prettiest football, but it does get results.
Yeah, I'm with I hear what Ham's saying. At the same time, I just think what Klopp is saying is just utter stupidity, but he's entitled to his own opinion. Like, I've just said this so many times, we've discussed Mourinho on the show a few times. But you can't, football's like the game of football, any manager is allowed to go and play the game however they want. Of course, as fans, we want to see our team play good football. And that's what me and how they talk about in terms of United. We want to see a fan football. But in this scenario, Liverpool are a machine. There's no one going to that Anfield and going to try and match Liverpool toe for toe. Like, no one's going there to do that apart from Man City. It's stupid for him to even expect it. Like, with someone of these like credentials, it's stupid for him to expect it because they've got top players like Song and Kane. It's stupid for you to expect them for them to come to Anfield and play toe to toe. That's ridiculous. Of course they're not. Like, even the best, like the Champions League team, the best teams around Europe are coming to Liverpool this year and haven't done that. And you now expect Spurs has been struggling all season, and Spurs has been playing all like this for how long? Why are you making a comment now? They've been playing this since Mourinho was there. Mourinho played like that. Nuno played like that. Now Conte plays like that. What more do you expect? That's how they want to play football when they come to Anfield. You deal with it. If you don't win, then you don't win. I'm not going to go like the manager is not stupid. Like Conte is not stupid. He's not going to set up his team to get embarrassed, man, because he knows what's going to happen. And we all know Spurs defense are not that great. And the job he's done with them in the short time he's been there, I think is great because they was beating goals left, right, and centre all over the place before Conte got there. So I'm not sure what Klopp was expecting. What at the end of the day is his own personal opinion, but I just think it's stupid for you to even expect them to go toe to toe with Liverpool.
There's a little bit of sour grapes on it as well. Like, he's just having a little dig after the game, I felt like. because he didn't get the 3 points. Like,
Yeah.
But I think you're well within his rights to say that. And what I liked about what you said was I can't coach that. So that's why it's not my style of football. I can't coach that. So maybe that's why. I don't like it. And I agree with him, because I don't like that either. I wouldn't want my son. Tom don't take his son to football to learn how to just defend and then just play on the counter attack. You want him to pass and move and find passes and be able to make combination passes and make triangles and attack. I don't want to see my team, Arsenal, sit on the back foot. I don't want us in 3-4 years to still be saying we're going to Anfield and we can't take the game to them. Then what the hell have we been doing for the past 3-4 years? We ain't progressed as a football side, because look at Liverpool. Go on, Ade.
Have that.
100%. It's that simple.
So, like, my favorite manager in football, Klopp, is actually my favorite manager. But despite that, I respect that another manager might have a different technique that he uses, and he might not know how to play the football Klopp plays or the Arteta's play. And that's just what we have. We need that variety in football, or else it just becomes dead anyway.
Cool.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
In terms of the point, obviously, Chris, you're saying, I think I said the same thing to yesterday when we were watching it. I don't think the point was great for both teams. I was hoping Spurs would get the victory, but hey, nothing. You guys couldn't get. If you saw the way how was cheering on Liverpool yesterday, to be
I can imagine that.
to be fair, I was cheering on Spurs with the same energy.
You should have seen me cheering Leeds on earlier. Like.
What are you saying? Are you saying?
Man, I'm an Arsenal fan first, I think, man. Gotta put my team first. City winning the league, whether Liverpool won yesterday anyway, so it don't matter. City winning the league. My top 4 was at stake yesterday, bro.
Yeah, so obviously it boils down to the next game, and you just obviously Spurs just got to win it. Just got to win it.
It's only not done if Arsenal fuck up against one of the last. What's
Newcastle
left after?
It's not done.
I think
we got to go St James's Park.
I think that St James's Park game will be tricky. I do think, I'm not saying it's not done, but I do think it will be tricky because if Spurs beats them, obviously Spurs have to win regardless, right? And that game, Newcastle, obviously they lost 4-0 to 5-0 to City today. Well, their performance against Liverpool last week at home were great. I didn't think they should. I think the game could have possibly ended up a draw last week against Liverpool. Liverpool didn't create much chances. I think that goal that Liverpool scored was probably the only chance that they actually created. But Newcastle had chances, they just didn't take it. So if they play like that against Arsenal,
back as well, aren't they?
Yeah, the Trippier's back,
and Callum.
Callum's back too. So I don't think it's as easy as it would have been a few weeks ago. So I definitely do think it's a tricky game. But obviously Spurs has to win on Wednesday for that to be for Arsenal to feel any sort of pressure going into that game.
What other games you got, Everton?
Everton, they're winning that. Yeah, they would probably win that, to be honest with you, because that's the last day at home, last game of the season. So, yeah, and then you have Burnley at the last game of the season, right?
Norwich.
Norwich.
Yeah.
Norwich.
Okay. Yeah, so I think, the game is important. So still, you just need to get the victory. What are your thoughts going into the game? Do you think you can beat them at home, Chris?
Yeah, I think so. I think we can beat them. Yeah, I do. I think we got, we still got some class players, and we've had some good. We beat City. We could have beat Liverpool yesterday. I remember thinking a few weeks back the West Ham game was going to be hard, but we actually smashed them. I feel the difference. To be honest with you, the difference between Arsenal and Spurs probably isn't that much. Even if Arsenal come first or Spurs come ahead of them, let's say whoever came in the top 4 out of those two teams, it's going to be down to a matter of points between them. But the difference over the whole season isn't a lot. Man United, Arsenal, and Spurs, like they've all had some shocking results along the way. It actually, like, to be honest with you, a few weeks back, I thought Arsenal were done for at one point. When was it like 3 games in a row you guys lost? But then I looked at the fixtures you had coming up. What was it? Chelsea, West Ham, Man United went and won all of them.
Yeah.
So it's been like topsy-turvy for both teams along the way. I feel like if we had a pre-season with Conte and had him at the start of the season, maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation now. We might be a few points ahead of where we are. But then, having said that, we've still lost in the last month or so. We've lost to Brighton. We've had a 0-0 against Brentford. So, like I said, like this game coming up this week, like both teams are capable of winning it, and I wouldn't be surprised if one team put in a shocking performance and it was like an absolute smasher for the other one, like 3-0 or something. Like, hopefully, that isn't going to be Tottenham.
What you're saying, obviously, just quickly touch on today's game. I'm not sure have you had the chance to watch the highlights or?
No, I don't watch the game. I don't watch the game. I ain't seen the highlights. I can't
All
really
right,
say
cool.
much. All I can say is that 3 points in the bag. So yeah, needed.
Cool. All right, just what are your thoughts going into the derby then?
Well, first and foremost, I'm pissed that it's not a 5-point cushion, but it's 4. But so Liverpool, messing that up. But like I said, if it wasn't Newcastle away, I'd say we're playing with house money. As in, if we lose, okay, so what? Our next two games, we're gonna win them. But I'm not so confident about going to St James's Park. I don't think a draw will be good enough, so we have to go there and win. So I'm kind of looking past the North London derby. I could care less, to be fair. Obviously, we win it. I think if we win it, we secured 4th place. I'm not saying my maths is good like that, but I think if we win it, then I don't know if they can mathematically. Because what is the gap now, Chris? 4, yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
If we win it, it'll be 7 points.
Yeah.
So a win would be massive, and I'm sure there's loads of Arsenal fans that's going to the game and watching it and the wins. But for me, I'm looking past the game. Win, lose, or draw, that's fantastic. We got to go away to Newcastle, and that for me is the banana skin. So I think if Spurs win, and we have to go away to Newcastle, and I think your next game will be what? Burnley at home.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Norwich away.
Yeah.
So as a Tottenham fan, you should be saying we should take 9 points out of 9. We should win the North London derby, beat Burnley at home, and go away to Norwich and win that. Whereas I'm looking at it as saying we got to go away to Spurs. We ain't won there in donkeys. We haven't beat you like your new stadium, and we haven't won that. We don't win that White Hart Lane. I think that Rosicky goal. I don't know if you remember the game, Chris. Thomas Rosicky goal. I think that's the last time.
Was that game? Yeah.
I think that might be the last time we beat you.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
So then we got to go to St James's Park. So I think it's a tricky one. Obviously, we want to win. Avoid defeat would be my biggest thing going into the game. Avoid defeat. But with the players that Spurs got, as much as I get onto Spurs, I got a lot of respect for Son and Kane. And like I said, I love your new centre half, Christian Romero. And
I remember when I spoke to you in, what was it, like November? You said you saw him play at West Ham and you thought he was you said you thought he was a bit dead then. Like. You said, what was it? You said he got bullied by Antonio, didn't he? I wasn't sure about him at the start either. But yeah.
But I expect that though. I expect that. New centre half in the league, and you're going against, Mikel Antonio, probably one of the strongest number 9s in the league. Yeah. So I expect that. But I think he's come on leaps and bounds. I think he's your best defender.
Yeah, he has been. Yeah. To be fair, it's all like Dyer. I like the amount of times he's been written off, but he's still, he still managed to get in games now, and he does put in some performances. To be fair.
Yeah, keep him there, man. Keep him there. I hope you keep him there forever.
Yeah.
I'll be playing for Spurs forever, mate. Don't ever sell him. Keep him in the middle of that back.
He'll be there with Davis as well forever. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the game. Like I said, we ain't one day in a minute. I'd love to fucking break that hoodoo and actually get a win over there. But if you got Son and Kane, I'd be more confident if I was Chris than if I'm myself. You got Son and Kane, and we got Eddie and Martinelli and Saka. Lovely. I love my boys. Young talent. Your talent is proven talent. What's that? Son now double figures 5-6 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
Harry Kane, Mr. Quarterback. So, yeah. So if it's Tottenham, it's just like, it's a must win. You're at home. You've got the players. You should do it. For me, avoid defeat, and then we go to St James's Park and do that at home to Everton. We should beat Everton.
That the guy we got in January as well, Kulusevski. He's been class.
Class.
I was
both
shocked.
of them. And Bentancur.
Yeah. The other guy too, Bentancur. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Ibrahimovic has
Kulusevski,
been.
like,
Yeah, Ibrahimovic has been sounding him out for a couple of seasons. I think it was like 3 years ago. Ibrahimovic was saying, yeah, like he's the next guy for Sweden. But obviously, his career at Juve
What, not
hasn't really
Elanga?
cooked.
Not Elanga, no.
Elanga was a 10-year-old boy
Oh, okay.
when Ibra said this, but he was like, yeah, he's the next big thing. But obviously, his Juve career just never really kicked off. But yeah, he's definitely showing that he's got the ability to add something to a top team or a okay team anyway.
Yeah, he's still quite young anyway. He's only 22, so it's got time.
You got a fully fit team, Chris, yeah?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's ready to go.
We ain't. Just putting that out there, little nugget.
Quick before we add it, what's your thoughts on that quickly on the derby and who do you think will win the game?
I'm sort of hoping Spurs win it. I think it might be a draw, but I'm hoping Spurs win it.
Yeah.
As standard. I'm not sure why I'd hope Arsenal win it. Nothing in me. But yeah, I think it'll be a very good game.
Thinking about it, I think one thing that could be interesting in that game, actually, from an Arsenal point of view as well, is the wing backs we've got. They're not the best, and Arsenal have got some good wingers going forward. So I think that's the one area I would be worried about from a Spurs
You've
perspective.
got Emerson Royal and Sessegnon.
Yeah, Royal, Sessegnon. So I think Saka coming up against those guys like.
Oh, Sessegnon is
that's what I would be worried about.
He's having a howler, Sessegnon, honestly. I don't know how he's getting into the team sometimes, but yeah.
He got an assist yesterday, didn't he? But that's literally the highlight of his season, to be honest with you. Really.
I just think his confidence is gone, so I'm not too sure what.
But you use him consistently when he's fit, though.
Yeah, that's what
Conte likes him, though.
Yeah, that's my
Conte
point.
likes the attributes.
Yeah, that's my
Conte
point.
likes the attributes, which makes sense.
He's been using him, but every time I watch him, it's just never producing nothing. He does nothing. I think I was watching him. This is the second time I think I watched the Spurs game with Ham, and every time he touches the ball, I think, what is he doing? Yeah, honestly, just Well,
I think, like you say, his confidence definitely. Like he's got. If you look at him,
100%.
He's athletic. He can touch the ball. Like he can literally do a lot of things. Like he can dribble, he can pass, but he just doesn't look confident. He's not an aggressive type of player. I don't think he believes in himself, to be honest with you.
I agree. It's just his confidence. I think that's what it is. Yeah, as you said, Chris, I think his confidence. I don't think he's that bad of a player. We've seen him previously, like in the past, especially when he came out of Fulham. It definitely can offer something going forward, but at the moment, his confidence is gone. I think Ham touched on it yesterday. I think what hasn't helped is the fact that he's had so much managers over the last couple of years or so. He's gone on loan to a few clubs, and it hasn't really happened for him. So it's just a shame. It's a shame, man, because he just look. For me personally, every time I watch him, I just thought he just looks horrible. Couldn't do anything right. Even when Kane passing that ball yesterday, I was saying, no, don't pass it to him. Shoot. But everybody knows that Kane loves to pass rather than shooting. So he passed it to him.
It is mad. Like I remember going to watch Tottenham versus Fulham in the FA Cup. It was that season when Sessegnon won Championship Footballer of the Year, and like whenever he got the ball, all the Fulham fans got on their feet, and they were like ready to see something. And the buzz was like, this guy is the next. You know, like you thought he could have gone anywhere and done anything. And he was at the start of that season, he was 16. And
he was,
so like 16-year-old, and he hit I think he got even like 18 goals, 20 goals, something like that, something mad for like mainly a left back. So it's sad to see what's happened to him, but it's only going to be him who's going to turn it around, really. Whether that's at Tottenham or not, I don't know.
No, fair enough. Adi, you want to touch on it because I know you've watched him from a younger age. You like what?
I like the kids. I like the kids.
Can I just put a disclaimer that those are Ade's views and Ade's views alone. I don't subscribe to those comments.
Those was alright, but go on.
Yeah. No, it's been a shame because I was a very big fan of his. I think it's a combination of everything. I think it's moving to Spurs might not have been the right time for him. The changing managers, the loan moves haven't worked out, the injuries, everything. So you kind of hope he can kick off, but his career sort of like reminds me of Ademola Lookman, even though he was starting on like Sessegnon was starting at a higher level anyway in terms of his performance. It just reminds me of that. Someone buys you, someone big buys you, and you're just out on loan for a while. But yeah, hoping he can pick it up because he definitely has the ability. We've seen it, so just hopefully he can translate that into a long career.
All right, just to sum this part up before we move on to the next segment. Chris, what would be a successful season for you guys now? What were you hoping for it to happen for Spurs?
Hoping that we win 3-0 on Thursday and then Newcastle win 5-0 game, and then Everton win against Arsenal as well.
It's best to have at least 2, right?
Yeah, and then hopefully we don't fuck up against Norwich and Burnley. But yeah, I mean that's my dream. You got to have dreams, haven't you?
Obviously, we're probably not gonna get you on before like the end of the season because probably have 2-3 episodes left. But regardless of what happens, what position you finish, so you're likely probably going to finish 4th or 5th right now. What would you like to happen in the summer?
Keep Conte, I guess, at this point. Keep Conte, keep him happy, get the players he wants. If there's anyone he wants out, get them out and get a pre-season in with Conte. And yeah, I would be happy with that. I trust him.
Cool. Sounds good. So hopefully what we do, we try and get you on before the start of next season and see whether you're still happy or not. We'll see about that. Cool. Anything else, boys, you want to touch on before we move on? Do you want to ask Chris anything before?
Chris, why does Conte stay? If you don't make Champions League, why Conte want to stay with you?
Well, that's the thing. Exactly. I don't know. He's not the kind of man who wants to hang around to fight out for like 3rd, 4th, 5th place, anything like that. So that's what I mean. Keeping him would be, for me, a major coup because I could see him going, really.
Even if you make Champions League.
There's a good chance he goes to PSG and we end up with Poch back.
Oh, that'd be good, innit? That'd be good.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe it would be good. I don't know. At this point in time, I would prefer to keep Conte, but yeah, let's see what happens. I honestly don't know, man. No.
It's too good for you, man. It's too good for you. Let the man go, man.
Yeah. Well, he's done it before, hasn't he? I mean, he walks out of Inter Milan. Did he walk out? No, he got sacked at Chelsea, didn't he?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they had this disagreement with the board. He had a disagreement. Yeah, but he got sacked. But,
what's Ryan Mason doing these days, Chris?
Ryan Mason, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think. Do you know what? First time I came on it, like, was a year ago, wasn't it? When Ryan Mason was in charge of us, and we just played that. The cup final game. Yeah, I don't know. He's there, and I think actually he's one of Conte's assistants. He's sort of like the work experience guy. Like.
Conte's got in there to tick a quota, bro. Conte don't be listening to anything that guy says, bro.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think actually when Ryan Mason got that, what was it? Who was he playing for when he got the head injury?
It was you guys, wasn't it?
No, it was
either you guys or Hull. It was you guys or Hull.
Yeah,
it was either you guys or Hull.
That was actually against Chelsea, and Conte went and visited him in hospital and stuff like that after the game, apparently, and they were like friends kind of before that because of the head injury. So you already knew him. So I feel like he's.
I guarantee you, Chris, Conte doesn't know who he is. I guarantee you. Someone reminded him and said, "Oh, it's the guy with the head injury that he visited in the hospital when he was Chelsea manager." He's like, "Oh, is that him?
Yeah,
oh, that's him. Oh, what's he doing on coaching staff? They don't play no more. Oh shit!"
Yeah, that is definitely what happened.
Yeah, my Conte don't know who Ryan Mason is, bro.
They stayed in touch when he was in Italy. Like he was getting tips off him and everything. Like,
but he's a couple of games.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Lastly, let's just go into a crazy midweek Champions League football. I think obviously on Tuesday we was recording while the Liverpool game was on, so we obviously was able to discuss the Liverpool game on that day because we recorded later than usual. But then the Wednesday, City and Real Madrid. Before anyone goes off here. So me and Ham I think I called. Ham called me. Was it 10 minutes left? Ham, was it 10 minutes? Or I can't recall.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes left. So I think it was right before Mahrez scored. Ham called me. 1-0, great finish. Me and was talking about it on the phone. So we thought the game was done. We literally, me and Ham, in the last 5-10 minutes, we were dissecting what was going to happen in the final between Klopp and Pep. Literally just talking.
And the media.
And the media. The pressure that the media is going to put on Pep because he's going to be expected to win it. Klopp, obviously, he's already got one. It will look bad on Pep if Klopp has got 2 Champions League trophies. Everything you can think of, he was discussing it. And then what happens? Rodrigo scored the first one. I was like, oh. Then me and Ham saw the amount of time added on. I think, Ham, this is trouble. The 6 minutes added on. There's still a lot of time left. But then as soon as that second goal went in, I was just screaming because I think I was ahead of you, innit?
Yeah.
I was watching ahead. I was just screaming, and then obviously I ended up locking off. But it's just a crazy game. That's why you love the Champions League, and it's just mad. And obviously we've discussed that. We all thought that City will probably win within 2 legs, but we weren't going to be surprised if Real Madrid sneak it. But I didn't think it was going to be in that manner. I would have never ever thought. If it was asked me after Mahrez scored that goal, that is Real Madrid going to come back, I would have put absolutely anything down at that point to say that I don't see it coming. But obviously, that's the beauty of football. So what was you guys thought when you was watching it? You want to go first, Chris?
I just feel like it's the curse of Yaya Toure, isn't it? You put some black magic on it.
Wait, what are you saying then? Because you're on the pod with 3 Africans. You know what you're saying? What are you trying to say, bro?
I just feel like, to be honest here, that's the Champions League, innit? That's what makes it amazing. You always have these, like, you can always have these last minute comebacks like that. And a team like Real Madrid, I don't know about you guys, I feel like they got their name on the trophy. Like, I just can't see him losing. Like, Benzema is just unbelievable. I never thought he'd get to be that good. Like, give him half a chance now, and he's going to bang it in.
Yep.
Modric, like, as well, like, it's nice to see. Like, I'm 36 now, right? So I was saying to Tommy earlier in this season, it's nice to see the old guys still doing it, still showing, like, you know what I mean? It's just good. Like, it's quality. I love seeing Modric, Cruz. Like,
it's like I'm going football every Sunday. It still does it.
Yeah,
exactly. I scored a bar and in today, Chris. Hit the bar, went in. Hit the bar twice and went in.
Do you know what, as well? I love seeing City get their noses rubbed in it. Like, I'm not a massive fan of City, to be honest with you. Like, I think it's great to see that, although like Real Madrid have got all the money in the world and everything like that, but City literally have got all the money in the world. So it's lovely seeing them lose.
I love it.
Oh, well, I did say at that time that, you know, because at the end of the day, yeah, City, I do believe they're a better team. I do think they're in a better position than Real Madrid, 100%. Watch football they play, watch the personnel they have. City are in a better position. But as I said a couple of weeks ago, you look at the way they were dominated by PSG and the way they were dominated by Chelsea, and they still managed to get through. There was always that chance. So I think if someone had paused the game at 89 minutes and said Real Madrid had gone through, I wouldn't have disputed it. I would have said cool, because they've shown it. So that's the magic of the Champions League, right? It's like the season that Spurs got to the final. The mad comebacks that season was just ridiculous. It was nothing like I'd ever seen before. And so fact that Real Madrid has shown like that kind of performance twice, I was like, yeah, they could do it again. I do expect Liverpool to win the final, but the witchcraft that's coming from Real Madrid, I just don't know. Anything can happen. But it was nice to see Rodrigo get those goals and continue to get goals. I think it's a couple of seasons now since he came out and I think started scoring for them in the Champions League. And we haven't seen him as much. So it's nice to see him now getting his chance and continuously scoring. It seems to be a bit consistent. And yeah, I'm looking forward to very big things from him.
Cool.
I like the kids.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Stop saying that.
Once again, I want to disassociate myself from that man. So I thought the game was quality. It's everything we love football for. The madness, the moments. Football always and forever be fine margin simply because it's a low scoring game. So it's not like basketball where you can go up 20, 30, 40. Football's a low scoring game generally. So the margins are smaller. So you're Man City and you play as well as, I mean, first and foremost, Man City lost this tie by not killing them in the first leg. Because there's no way Real Madrid should have left that game by a 1-goal deficit. And that's what, obviously I love Pep in it. That's my guy. And I like to think that I know him, even though I don't. I'm just making it here. But I like to think, that when he's sitting in his room by himself, he will be kicking himself. Not about the last 2 goals, Obviously that will hurt. But it's the Etihad. And the reason why I say that is because I remember his comment after the Liverpool game when they drew 2-2 the other day. And his exact quotes were, "We let them out alive." Meaning that if they had put them away, the title probably would have been done. So they've let Liverpool leave the Etihad alive. Same thing they've done with Real Madrid. They let them leave alive. Wherever it was 4-3, there's only one in it. And that alone was enough for Carlo Ancelotti to get into the Real Madrid players and say, "Boys, we're in this. We played rubbish the other day. And we can win this." And we know we don't need to play well because, like I said, the word I used to associate them is moments. And they never had nothing on the game. If you watch the game, they had nothing for 90 minutes. They didn't have a shot on target. Man City didn't play great, but I don't expect either team to play great in a semi-final with so much emotions, anxiety, nervousness. Even though they're professional footballers, there's still the human element to it. So for them to literally shut them out, and then the moments that they needed to come in the 90th and 91st minute it's not surprising because it's Real Madrid and the season they're having is just the comebacks upon comebacks upon comebacks. But I think City will be kicking themselves that the first leg, as well as they played in the first leg, they didn't beat them 5-1, 5-2, or 5-3 even with a 2-goal deficit. But they'll come again next season. They'll get Haaland and they'll come again and they'll win it. They'll win the Champions League because it just wouldn't make sense if they didn't win it because they are the best team in Europe. I don't care who wins the Champions League. I don't care what that says. Every time I watch a team play, they're the best team in Europe. But kudos to Real Madrid. Super happy for Carlo Ancelotti. Like, that's just what he's doing is a madness, and his name will be talked about as one of the greatest managers, if not the greatest, winning 5 leagues across 5 different leagues, winning it as a player, winning it as a manager. And I would love nothing more. I'm going to channel my Kevin Keegan. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I would love it if Karim Benzema got the winner and Real Madrid won. And Don Carlo just takes that picture on the pitch with the Champions League with a cigar in his mouth. I'd love it. So yeah, I'm going to be rooting for Real Madrid. I know normally you should root for the English side, but because of the Carlo Ancelotti factor and the season that Benzi's having, and you got to think if Benzi wins the Champions League, he wins the Ballon d'Or. If Salah wins the Champions League, Salah probably gets the Ballon d'Or. So that's probably riding on it as well. So yeah, it's going to be a great final. I just can't wait.
F the English side, man. F them. I want Real Madrid to win it. Yeah, like everything. Obviously, I think around the semi-final when we was discussing, like when we was predicting the cup winners, ideally I wanted because I thought City and Liverpool was going to get to the final, so I didn't mind Liverpool taking the final and City taking a title, Premier League title, and Chelsea winning the FA Cup. So everything is shaping out exactly how I want it. But what will make it a better spectacle if Real Madrid can beat Liverpool in the final. Oh, I would love it. Only going to beat them in the final. If they can miss out on the Champions League, Premier League, and FA Cup, mate.
I don't want our Liverpool listeners, because Drew's going to be blowing up my phone. I don't want our Liverpool listeners to think that I don't want Liverpool to win, because I wouldn't mind if they won it. But like I said, the Carlo Ancelotti and Benzi factor. I love Klopp. I love what he's done at Liverpool, and if they won it, I wouldn't begrudge them. But Don Carlo and Benzi, I want them to win a bit more.
Cool. Just a quick one on West Ham. They bottled it. Well, not really. They didn't get a chance to start with, to be honest with you, because stupid Cresswell got a red card. It was silly because I think we was all in a group chat, and Ade was watching the Rangers match. You was watching the Leicester match, right, Ham? And
I was watching the Leicester match.
Yeah, then I was watching the West Ham match, and we didn't all plan it. We were all just watching different matches. And then as soon as he got the red card, I just changed the channel because I thought, that's it. Like, that's it done. What else can you possibly do? They're away from home. Like, the tie is as difficult as it can possibly be anyway. So now you're getting the red card. What else do you want? So I just changed the channel, man. But I do feel for them because I didn't mind them winning it. Like, I wanted them to win, like, Europa League. But yeah, I feel for West Ham, I think where they probably lost it. Yeah, we might look at the individual errors in the two legs, what they've gone wrong, but they should have just added more bodies in January. I think that's where they flopped. Like, you can't expect those boys to be playing 2 games, Thursdays and Sundays every week. I'm not sure whether they even expected for them to get this far in the Europa League, but they should have added more bodies. If they added more bodies, they'll still probably be in a better position in the Premier League, because they were still fighting for top 4 to some extent. So, and I said it from the beginning of the season, I think that's probably what was going to end up being their downfall. I think we discussed this about them having a better team than Arsenal. And I've always said that if they don't add any bodies to that team, they're going to struggle. And that's where they are right now, man. And you guys want to touch on anything on West Ham? Should we just move on?
Yeah, wanted them to win. Didn't win. I don't give a damn. Move on. It's simple as that. Like, when it was in it, because I like to support English teams where I can support certain English teams. But once they got knocked out, like, well, you didn't do it. So peace. Better luck next time.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to win, so I was happy with it.
Yeah, of course.
Of course you didn't want them to.
I know too many West Ham fans, mate. I'd get so much shit if they were in the final. Like.
Yeah. And everyone hates Tottenham.
Well,
exactly. We're in unison.
Yeah.
We're in unison, man. We all hate Tottenham. I honestly don't know why we hate you guys, because you guys are irrelevant. So I don't know why we hate you. But in unison, teams around the league just hate Tottenham.
I know, yeah. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Do you know what I was going to say about Rangers? Did that United player get any games from him in the end?
No.
He scored today.
Yeah.
He scored today.
Oh, he scored today.
Did he?
He played
today.
But I know he played one game. He scored in the first game, that his debut for them. But I don't think he got any game afterwards.
Yeah, he scored today.
So I didn't know.
Second goal.
Okay, what was the final score today?
2-0.
Okay. Cool.
Why, do you want him, Chris?
No, but just my brother's a Man United fan. I remember him. Okay. He was saying a lot of stuff about him at the start of the season. Fair play to Rangers though, getting to the final. That's a big thing for Scottish football.
Definitely.
Massive. And we was talking.
I hope they do it, man. I hope they do it.
Me too.
I've been trying to get them kicked out of like Europe permanently. Like, I've been trying to do it for years. They're just a waste of space. So for someone to actually make a final, yeah, definitely, it's impressive.
Yeah, and I think we was talking about atmosphere last week in Roma, but so obviously after the West Ham game, I watched the Rangers game. They was going mad in that stadium. It was completely crazy. Now, I felt happy for them because I wanted them to do well too. So like, I would love it for them to win a final because Rangers are my team in Scotland. I hate Celtic.
What's the final of the Europa Conference League thing?
Marseille against Roma.
No, it's Marseille. Final.
Okay, yeah.
That's a competition that you was in, Chris. That you didn't.
Yeah,
you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing again, as expected.
You know, Mourinho is going to love it if he wins that. He's going to go absolutely mad.
I mean, he was crying at the final whistle, the semi-final. He was crying. What do you think he's going to do when he wins it?
I couldn't believe that.
What do you think he's going to do when he wins it, Ade? The guy was
so
crying.
Bloody dramatic. Just so bloody dramatic. What are you crying for?
He knows when the cameras are on him, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was disgusting.
No, but boys,
crying?
quickly, let's come up with a theory quickly before we leave. Why do you think he was crying? What do you think made him so emotional?
It was emotional now.
Nah,
Yeah,
I think he wants
what
to.
made him
They
emotional?
asked him in the press conference, and he was basically saying it was like the emotion from like the crowd that he felt, well, whatever there was feeling, he felt it too. That's what bang. Apparently, that's what he said anyway.
I call bullshit.
I was about to say that.
I think he
was
needs
about
to
say that, didn't I?
justify. He needs to paint the competition to be worth it,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
that's what
yes,
he's laying.
yes,
That's
yes.
the foundation he's laying.
Yes,
basically.
yes.
So,
yes.
yeah.
He's a mastermind. He's a mastermind.
I've got nonsense
mastermind.
crying now. You doing?
He's a mastermind.
If they'd lost that game and the other manager was crying, he would have come out and said, "I've won the Champions League. I've won this.
Yeah,
I've won
100%.
that." Means
100%.
nothing. Like
100%.
Counting all the fingers on his hand.
exactly.
100%.
Cool. But yeah, I still hope he wins it. We've got final, which is not.
I hope Totti slapped him up in the change rooms after. What are you crying for? You pathetic idiot. Look at me. I captained this side forever. I'm the legend here. You see tears in my eyes. We ain't won nothing yet. What are you crying about? Donor. We don't even like the way you play football anyway, bro.
No, bro. That's how they play football anyway. It makes no difference to them. That's how they play up there.
We don't like nothing about you. We just like your name, bro. Just like your name, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, cool. Is there anything else we need to add? What we missing? I think that's it. We covered everything, right? Anything
Yeah, I
else?
need Declan Rice to calm the fuck down. I saw him going up to the referee at the end of the game, telling the referee he's a cheat and stuff like that, and he's poor. And then the week before that, I saw him gripping up Eddie and Nketiah and asking Eddie who he is, even though the only reason why he's, he knows about African stuff is through Eddie and Eddie's family cooking him jollof rice when they were younger. So I need Declan Rice to calm the fuck down and realize who he is. I think ever since David Moyes said he's worth 150 million, in his mind, he thinks he's a 150 million player. He's not. He's not even worth 100 million in my eyes. So calm the fuck down. You ain't done nothing in the game. So calm down, man. And Tottenham, yeah, I just think that'd be too good for you guys. I was going to say if you wanted to say it for you.
All right. Well, thanks people for listening. Chris, once again, thanks for joining. All the best on Wednesday.
Thanks,
he definitely had my support in that game.
Chris, you don't want it, man. You don't want failure supporting you, Chris, man. You don't want it, bro. You don't want that bad energy. You just got battered 4-0. You don't want that bad energy, Chris. You don't want that.
Yeah, you got all my support on Wednesday.
Guys,
and obviously, I'm sure we'll see you probably for the beginning of next season. We're transfer starting now. All right, thanks, listeners. Thanks for listening again. Please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and all the good stuff. We out. Peace.